Hello and welcome on to AVFTS Extra. We're here today to talk about the most Arsenal signing of all time. This one has just got me shaking my head, smiling, and looking at how is this even happening. Noni Madueke to Arsenal is the most Arsenal signing ever, and I'm going to explain why in a second. Before I get into this, before I have a right old chuckle to myself, and before any top gooners come on here and try and tell me that, you know what, this is a brilliant signing, let me tell you this. Slap up the likes, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and get in the comment section. Come on, people. Real thoughts now in these comments. How good is Noni Madueke? Is this a good signing? And especially for Arsenal, is this just another Chelsea retirement home reject coming to Arsenal? Now, let's start on that last point I've just made. I just called him the Chelsea retirement home. That is what Arsenal is. And at Noni Madueke's young age, it isn't really retirement age for this guy. His career should be starting, should be flourishing, should be ready to go. Yet, time after time, I've seen Raheem Sterling, I've seen Jorginho, I'm seeing Kappa, I'm seeing players who basically aren't good enough for Chelsea, but want to stay in London and enjoy the cutchy old London lifestyle. Just go, hey, if we go to Arsenal, there's no pressure or expectations. And guess what? I get paid a lot of money for it as well. And that is what Arsenal's becoming to me on the outside looking in. A place where all pressure is taken off, all excuses are made by Lego Head, and everything is cushy. Even if they don't win silverware, it's all okay. And no wonder Arsenal fan base are at civil war. No wonder you have fans calling out for Arteta and saying, do you know what? I think he's reached his limit. This is enough of him now. This is enough. This man is not taking us to where we used to be, winning trophies. And we've seen Manchester United do the same. Go through managers, looking for that era of replacement. We're looking for that replacement of Sir Alex Ferguson. And yet, even when people like Eric Ten Hag and Louis van Gaal win trophies in the FA Cup, they still get the chop. That's the standards. Yet with Mikel Arteta, he seems to have this past, he seems to have this aura, he seems to have this idea of conning everyone that he's taking Arsenal somewhere. Now let's get into Noni himself. Well, this is all broken by both the top tier journos that everyone talks about in Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein. First of all, Fabrizio has said this. More on Noni Madueke and Arsenal story reported earlier today. The agreement on personal terms is ready and done, with party advancing on details this morning. Madueke said yes to Mikel Arteta's project. Club-to-club talks will start in the upcoming days. And just to confirm and back that one up, not only have we had Fabrizio say that, but we've had David Ornstein come on as well and say the following. Noni Madueke agrees personal terms with Arsenal as they consider approaching Chelsea for England international. Arsenal have 23-year-old green light plus strong relations with Chelsea. That funny line there, strong relations with Chelsea, but no club talks yet. Firm option to bolster on both wings. Absolute parody. How can two clubs have strong relations in Chelsea and Arsenal, who are meant to be rivals, total contenders, against each other? Well, I'll tell you how this strong relations thing works. Basically, Chelsea go, who's a mug? You're a mug. There's a mug. Here's a mug. Chelsea con Arsenal out of every penny they can, and they're geniuses at it. And this idea that Mikel Arteta seems to think that he can get the best, and this obsession of getting these players and turn them into what he thinks they can be is just hilarious. Kai Havertz, a prime example of another one. Just this utter belief that he can make Kai Havertz a number 9. He just needs to give it up and realise that project has failed. But both Ornstein and Fabrizio have come in and said, as we know, that the player has agreed terms with Arsenal. Now, I always find that weird these days, football transfers, that somehow a player goes and agrees with a club that they want to move and they've agreed the terms before actually the two clubs have agreed themselves that they're going to sell the player. I do find that football and transfers have gone completely backwards, because I swear in the day it never used to be like that. It used to be, hello, we want to buy your player. Okay, yes, we're going to sell him. Right, can we now speak to the player and see if he wants to join us? Oh, he does, brilliant. There's the transfer. But everything seems backwards. But this definitely seems like the hint was dropped by Maresca as well. And it does look like that actually Noni Madueke to Arsenal is happening. I've seen some Arsenal fans on this platform try and deny and play it down and say, no, it's only just paper talk. But look at this. Maresca on Noni Madueke and Arsenal. Noni has been very important for us. But my message to the players and to the club is that I want just players that are happy to be with us. The ones that are not happy, they are free to go. Noni has been very good during the season. So basically, as soon as Noni Madueke has crossed that line by agreeing personal terms with Arsenal or having conversations with Arsenal, as Maresca is alluding to, clearly doesn't want to be at Chelsea 100%. He needs to go. So once again, Arsenal are picking up what I would say a player who isn't showing total commitment and loyalty to his club that he was at. They're looking at someone who potentially is again looking for an easier ride. Noni Madueke, for me, has come under scrutiny while being at Chelsea in terms of his numbers, in terms of his performances, in terms of what he delivers. Well, at Arsenal, he probably knows he's going to get a little bit of a shielding from his manager. He's going to get someone who's going to actually say and make every excuse under the sunshine for him. And when we look at Noni Madueke's stats, I'm going to bring them up to you right now. This guy is getting the hype because he's just broken into the England team. And he was one of the only shining lights as such when England played recently in a very underperforming performance from the whole side. But if you look at his Chelsea appearances, 32 matches, 7 goals, 3 assists, 10 GA. And again, previously, 7 GA in a 23-game season. And again, Arsenal fans will look at this and go, oh, but the potential, 23 years old, we can get so much more out of him. But I thought Arsenal were trying to find the gap to getting closer to Man City and Liverpool. I thought Arsenal were trying to find the answers and solutions to not being second best. And when I look from the outside in and see that they've been linked to Rodrigo of Real Madrid, when I've seen that Eberechi Eze was heavily linked and that massive deals were being discussed there. And then they go and land Noni Madueke. The drop-off is mad. The drop-off is mad. From Rodrigo to Noni Madueke, you're talking absolute levels. Levels. And I'm sure top Arsenal fans will come out and say, oh, but this guy, Premier League proven. England international. Plus he's English, so add the English tax. All of that. I'm trying to say that he's versatile and can play off both flanks. Personally, for me, does he improve Arsenal to the level of where they win a trophy? No. Does he bolster their squad? Yes. But is he a mad starter? Madueke and Saka on the wings? We shall see how that plays out. For me, Arsenal are doing what Arsenal are doing. A lot of hype about who they could sign, who they might sign, and end up signing garbage. And when I say garbage, that's no disrespect to Noni Madueke, but again, the levels of him and Rodrigo are different. Christian Norgard, Kepa, no Zubamendi. Arsenal, this window needs to improve. I'd love to know your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions around Noni Madueke. Whether you agree with me, whether you're not, I'd love to hear it. People, thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Ta-da.